We're back, ladies and gentlemen. So, funny story right now. This is our UFC 268 podcast. It's a little later in the week than I would have liked. But Bianca, she's been a little sick, but it's okay. I tried
Not COVID, though.
No, not COVID.
It's a common cold.
Yeah, you're immunized like Aaron Rodgers. No, you're vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated.
He's
unvaccinated.
She's not lying like Aaron Rodgers lied.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a liar.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on there. What I was gonna say is I attempted to do episode on my own. Still need a lot of practice at that.
Because I was too sick to be your co-host.
I tried to grind it. So basically, I was going through the entire card. I'm kicking myself right now because I had a great little spiel about Petr Yan, why he's so dominant.
You could attach it to this.
I could, but it's not. It's fine, and it's okay that It's just fine because we're gonna redo it. We're gonna run it back, just like this UFC 268 rematch between Camaro and Colby. But I was basically going through everything. It was great. Talked about Magomed Ankalaev, which we'll do today really quick. Talked about Melsik Baghdasaryan, which we will today. And I get to Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. And I'm just like, what am I doing right now? 25 minutes into this podcast, and I'm just thinking, just Gaethje for Michael Chandler, boys and girls.
And then
I think Michael Chandler's going to win. You want to know why?
Because I think that
Justin Gaethje's going to win. But this actually works out better because I just got to watch the pre-fight press conference, which I already showed Bianca the little clip of Dana White going like, wah! He was freaking out.
He had a little aneurysm because he thought that something was going to happen because Usman got really close to Colby.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Or he pushed him, actually.
Camaro, this is what Camaro got to remind him. I think that Colby forgot that Camaro's his dad, So you had to remind him.
Do you get penalized if you hit them?
That's what I'm thinking.
Really?
I don't know. A shove?
A shove?
A shove? I don't know if you get penalized for it. I feel like you're not.
Well, it's like that's really all because some guys really go at it. Like we've seen ones where they've
kicks to people
actually fought.
But he waits. Yeah. It was just, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in front of them.
I don't know why. I mean, I get why they would penalize them.
I just don't think you can throw a punch. But Dana's like, don't touch it.
Because he was like, don't. He was like, stop. But I get why you can't, but at the same time, it makes a better press conference for Dana White. It's going to get more views, more heat and everything if there's more action going on at the press conference. So I feel like in a way it helps Dana White. So I don't think that they should be penalized. But at the same time, if they, I don't know.
You can't do anything to jeopardize the fight.
Yeah, if they knocked him out right there and he couldn't fight, then it's you're screwed.
Colby though wasn't scared. He had his hands behind his back on purpose. Got shoved, took it like it was nothing. So this upcoming out of Gaethje versus Chandler, Rose Namajunas versus Weili Zhang Weili in the main event, which one are you looking forward to most?
I think the main event.
Yeah.
But I also I want to see.
My dad loves Michael Chandler. I like Michael Chandler too, but I love Justin Gaethje. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. We already talked about how they're gonna. I already told you how it's crazy that the same coach coaches all three of the main dudes.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird for him.
It's plus 300 that Justin Gaethje, Rose, and Camaro get the dub. We'll talk about it later. What's our lock for the three on the main card? Who we think's gonna win? But it's just.
Or is this episode just talking about that one?
No, okay, we're gonna backtrack because we're just getting way ahead of ourselves right now. Okay, were you watched UFC 267 with me? No, I watched that by myself because it was a morning card because it was a freebie.
No, well, I watched some with you.
You watched the prelims with me.
Yeah, and then because then I went and stayed the night with my friends in Monmouth. It was Halloween weekend.
Oh, it was the Saturday of Halloween.
Yeah.
There was fantastic card. We're not going to talk about this very long because it's last week's news.
We're trying to do a quickie.
Last week's news. Okay. Biggest takeaway though. You got Hamzat. Hamzat's fantastic. You could feed him to the winner of Colby versus Camaro. But in my opinion, my humble abode,
you don't say that right.
No, it's not right at all.
You've said it multiple times. I'm like, that's not the correct way. It's not the right usage. My humble abode is my place of living. And you mean my opinion when you say it, but you say my humble abode, you're talking about your house.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
I laugh every time to myself though, because I'm like, I'm just gonna let you say it like that, because I get what you're saying.
Yeah, my humble opinion. My humble opinion in my humble abode. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Biggest headline for me. I've got actually two biggest that have nothing to do with last week's card. It just is in general. So it's just general UFC news. So it ages well, you know? It ages real good. Piotr Jan, best bantamweight, not going to get knocked off. In my opening dialogue for last episode that is now recently deleted on my phone. We'll never see it. I have to apologize. I'll have to apologize because would you agree that I'm pretty quick to say when there's a new up and coming rising star, I'm always like, yeah, this guy's future champion.
Yeah.
This guy's future champion. I'm taking all that back. All that back.
Why?
All of those guys are title contenders. But in terms of somebody going to take off, I've never seen a dude crank it up, round by round and make mid-fight adjustments like Piotr Jan. The closest, we've got Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes. That was crazy. And then we got Alexander Volkanovski when he came back against Max Holloway, I guess. Also, Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier going to the body. That's fantastic. But those are all where guys are struggling and they have to make mid-fight adjustments to come back. Piotr Jan, on the other hand, is in control of the situation at all times, and then he just cranks it up. There's a big difference there, and he's just so dominant.
That's cool.
And, yeah, because there was a part in the co-main where he smirked at Corey Sandhagen, and it was really subtle, but you could tell, yeah, dude, I like the challenge. This is gonna be a tough fight, but I'm never scared the entire time. Yeah.
I want to look him up really fast.
He okay, and also this has nothing to do with anything, but we saw a family of Russian people at In-N-Out, and then Piotr Jan and his kids, they all have like this same haircut. They they have just long enough hair where you can cut the bangs where you just fade it in, and then they have these like sick ass fades.
We even said, like, not to sound like weird or anything, but I wouldn't have noticed. I knew like without even looking at them or without hearing them speak in Russian that they were Russian. Like you can just tell. They're just so cool looking to me.
Yeah. Well, they just have these haircuts, dude. And Piotr's got it. Piotr's son's got it. These kids in In-N-Out had it. You can just tell.
I don't know if it's the way they they're just like presence. They just seem like so strong.
It sounds so stupid, but the UFC and MMA, it just kind of fills you in on just how big the world is.
Yeah.
Because you can look at some of the amateur fights and amateur setting. If you go back and look at a guy's past record in their amateur fights, you click on it on Tapology, shout out. You can just see the diversity of like all of these guys' names. Fighters you'll probably never hear of in your entire lifetime, but the fact that I don't know, just the
different pronunciations, the diversity
and of names,
it's cool.
And how interconnected and how just vast this sport is, and it just brings everybody together. It's so sweet. Even just having Zhang Weili or Weili Zhang at the press conference, and her speaking in Chinese, having a translator, it's just kind of cool. In New York City, when you have one of the most brash, just in your face Americans sitting next to you, and she was so nice, and Colby gave her a little hug, and she's like, oh, you're so handsome, and she's like, I feel so safe and secure in between Michael Chandler and Colby Covington. But it's super cool.
That is cool. Mm-hmm. Still not a fan of Colby, but
Justin Gaethje got into it with Colby.
Though, I wanted to bring up that one guy that he's TikTok famous right now. Everyone thinks he's a child, but he's older. Hasbullah is his name? Yeah.
He's friends with Islam Makhachev. Yeah,
so he's friends with him, and
he lifted him up like Simba.
Yes, he literally I saw the video. He's like holding him up in the octagon, and they're like buddies. Yeah. And this I don't want to say little kid because he's not a kid.
He's 19.
He's 19?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that crazy, though?
It's something.
He's, like, TikTok famous, and now he's friends with guys in the UFC, and they're like, let him in. And then did you see the clip of him? He's like, Dana White, I'm going to see you on this. He said something, and Dana White responds and goes, it was so funny. He's like,
there's, like, screenshot of
so
DMs or something.
happy to see. I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah. I know.
Oh my God,
crazy.
I laughed
that he kind of supported. He was just ringside. He was cage side. It was crazy.
Yeah, he was legit cage side.
he's a big time celebrity now, and he hangs out with Islam.
But like he literally only got famous because he was like trying to beat people up.
Him and that one other guy are trying to fight.
Yeah, he's literally. I don't condone that.
One thing I also don't condone, Camaro. Don't step in a boxing ring with Canelo Alvarez. Just don't do that. I don't care how big of a match that is. There's a reason Conor made a business decision with a 40-year-old Floyd Mayweather, not a 33-year-old Canelo Alvarez. However,
Okay, can I show you this video though? It's.
Dynamite, I'm coming to Abu Dhabi.
Aww.
See you in. He goes, Dana White, I'm coming to
31
see
years
you
old,
in
Canelo.
whatever. And then this is Dana White's response.
I'm on the plane. I'm on Etihad right now. On my way to Abu Dhabi. I cannot wait for our meeting, and I cannot wait to see you.
Literally, they're like talking to you back and forth.
Hilarious. Okay.
And then he got in like that fight with that guy at the UFC thing,
Yeah.
like cage side. He started fighting the other guy, the little guy.
I didn't even pay attention to it.
I just don't understand how like these people are getting famous though.
It's called TikTok.
It's
Who would have
just
thought
crazy.
Addison Rae has more Instagram followers than Conor McGregor, I think. Right? Does she have like
Let's check.
40 million? It's something ridiculous. Sorry for Chai in the background, my sister's dog. She's going to be going absolute bananas right now. So yeah, that's my little spiel. Petr Yan is just an absolute stud muffin. Nobody is going to stop him. One guy that I was going to talk about was Rob.
No, he has 2 more million followers than her.
Oh, he does? He's
actually.
grown now?
Yeah, he has 42 and she has 40.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
Wild.
crazy.
It's crazy. She's a UFC fan too, huh? She went to an event, I think.
With I think Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah, all these people. Casuals.
So apparently Megan Fox has been a UFC fan for years.
She's an OG. I
Yeah.
think that's how the whole entire Conor McGregor thing started, is because Conor wanted to. I don't even
Want to
fucking
do like
know.
impress her?
No, he wanted to. I think he wanted to say. He just. I don't know.
Oh, you mean like how the whole thing, the fight between MGK and
I don't know.
Conor?
I actually have no idea. It was just Conor was trying to be nice or something, and MGK just.
Said probably some weird
He's
comment.
not the move. He's not the move. Not even a good rapper, dude.
I like Megan Fox.
Yeah, you love Megan Fox.
I've been an OG Megan Fox fan since day one.
Right. Yeah, so we're at 12 minutes. So
Sorry.
35 goal.
Yeah.
I'm really pushing it here. No, but yeah, Petr Yan, the one fight that I was thinking, Rob Font, his boxing could give him issues, but Peter's just gonna crank it up a notch. Yeah, guys like Frankie, Edgar, and TJ Dillashaw, they just don't have it. It's not it. They don't have that it factor that Petr does. They don't have the strength. They don't have the wrestling. And like I said with Aljamain has a one shot to get him out of there in the first round. If you're going to try to take him down, but the thing is, Petr, he doesn't get tired really. So, and he doesn't have, and Aljamain down the stretch won't have the knockout power to get him out of there, and he won't have the ability to take him down because he's probably going to have, if the fight does go down into the latter rounds, Petr's already stuffed 7+ takedown attempts, so Aljamain's going to be gassed. So that's my little spiel on why nobody's going to take out Petr Yan for a long time. He's going to be one of those dudes like Camaro Usman, like Khabib, who's probably going to walk away when he wants to at the end. And also, UFC 267, fantastic day for Russians. I was going to mention that. Like Alexander Volkov won, Makhachev won, Ankalaev won, Hamza Chimaev won, Zubair Tukhugov, Duraev. Yeah. And it was almost a good day for the Polish guys, Mikhail Oleksiejczyk and... Actually, never mind. Marcin Tybura lost, and so did the Jan Blachowicz. You lost too. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, and
You pronounce the name so well, it's crazy.
Blachowicz. Yeah, so there were so many good fights, but that's besides the point. And then my other hot take right now, really quick.
I'll take.
What would you guys say if Magomed Ankalaev was the best light heavyweight to fight on the card on UFC 267? Bold take, given the fact that Glover Teixeira versus Jan Blachowicz fought for the title. But the performance that Magomed Ankalaev put on against a tough Volkan Ozdemir, who's already fought for a light heavyweight championship, I mean, like we talked about beforehand, he is a large 6'4" man
And in charge.
that fights like a 170-pound clean crisp striker, and every time anybody tries to come in and take his head off, He's going to bop you. But the thing is, instead of being like a bantamweight where you just jab and hit him with a straight or something and just keep you at distance, his punches impact you. They're going to kill. They destroy you. So and then what are you going to try to do? Take this man down? Not going to do that. So when I think of toughest opponents for Glover Teixeira, obviously everybody's like, Yuri Prochazka. He's one of the crazy. He's the best. He's craziest hair, like some of the most dynamic striking, longest arms. He presents the biggest problems for a John Jones, or even he does present a lot of problems for Glover Teixeira. And if Glover takes Yuri down, Yuri's going to get back up to his feet and he's going to scramble and just make a fight out of it. But the thing is, Yuri gets cracked often, even in Ryzen. It's Ryzen. He got popped multiple times, but he just comes back and he's just constantly in your face, so that's always a plus. But in terms of Magomed Ankalaev, doesn't take a ton of damage from some of these powerful guys. You can't really take him to the ground, so that's why I'm taking Magomed Ankalaev as a bigger threat to Glover Teixeira than Yuri Prochazka, even though Yuri's probably going to get the next shot. I want Yuri to get the belt just because he's so crazy good, and he just is so exciting. Hands down, he'll get popped. He'll get wobbled. He's like a video game. It doesn't matter what happens to him. You just always have a feeling that he's going to get his hand raised when it's all said and done. Okay, that's Magomed Ankalaev. I think he was the best light heavyweight to fight on the card that night, despite having a light heavyweight championship bout. Okay, now, really quick question. This is a side segment. I was thinking, because I was just doing a fun thing in my head, just combining funny names. But if you could combine two fighters right now, and you have to combine the names too. If you can combine two fighters, if you could give one fighter a skill set of another guy, who would you give? Like if you could if another guy could absorb the skill set of another fighter, you pick one and then pick a guy to give their skill set to make the most unstoppable guy you can think of. And no, you can't use Francis Ngannou. You can't give Francis the ability of Khabib. That's not fun because that's obviously the scariest man in the entire world.
That's a good one. I'd probably give whoever's like a really good guy. I'm trying to think to like Rob Whittaker, just because I love him, and I'd make him like invincible.
You'd make Robert Whittaker into a superhero?
Yeah. Who would I give? What powers or like whose abilities would I give to him though? I'm trying to think.
Who's a savage that you like to watch? What does Robert need? Nothing. No, but
maybe ground game.
Okay, but he's pretty good. But if you could fortify his abilities,
who would you give him? Whose abilities would you transfer to him if you could?
I would probably transfer the abilities of
maybe like speed or like stamina.
Because Israel Adesanya is his biggest test, but you can't take Israel's. That would just be not fair. If I could give, I would give Robert Whittaker the dynamic ability of, could you go, Michel Pereira or Rafael Fiziev, or you could give him, I don't know.
So what are those abilities? What are those abilities?
Just spinning capoeira like techniques where you can just take someone's head.
Just cool things.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know if I would give him anything, but what would I was just thinking because I was in the bathroom just thinking about it. What if you gave like Robert Whittaker like Khamzat Chimaev?
Like his abilities or his name?
What would it be? It would be Ramzat Widamayev.
Oh my god. Ramzat Widamayev?
Yeah, Ramzat
Widamayev. That's good.
Those are the most out of all of the way that this could have went. I would not expect that we picked Khamzat and Whittaker.
But it sounds like normal. Ramzat Widamayev sounds like a guy who would have been in the UFC.
Yeah. Damn, yeah. What was it? If you could cast one fighter for a superhero movie, who would you pick?
Probably one of like the Brazilian guys, because they're like the ones that literally look like Superman, that have the like perfect bodies. Someone from like the 170 or 145.
pound for pound, though, in my opinion, I think the Russians have the best bodies.
Yeah.
They're just so blocky and strong.
But they're not. I don't know. I think that the Brazilians or like the Hispanics look more like they would be. They look like a model. Like they could be a superhero.
Because they have like small ass waists and then big chests.
Yeah, and they have like the broad shoulders and like the small faces.
Yeah, I don't know who I would pick for a movie. Probably Marlon Moraes.
Marlon Moraes. Will you show me a photo?
Just gotta give him a little bit of hair.
Who's that one guy that I thought was like cute? That is, I think he was Brazilian, or like your mom even was like, oh, he needs to work out, like jokingly, because he had such a good body.
That's what he looks like. He's freaking jacked, bro.
He has a good bod.
Yeah.
That's all I'll give him.
Who? Hey, I don't know. Who else? There's so many guys. I mean, Yoel Romero, obviously, you could cast him. Who else?
Let me see. Look him up.
He has the biggest traps in all of UFC, dude. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, look at him.
No, yeah, he would be more of like a Fantastic Four, like the Rocky guy. Like that's who I see him as.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I think that another guy that would be really good is what's his face, dude. Not. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on his name. It doesn't matter though. But there's just it's honestly weird sometimes though how some guys can look like not anything, and then
what do you mean
like
not
with
anything?
their shirt on they just look like a normal guy, but then they're absolute killers.
And then they there's like some guys you see and you're like, I would never picture you to be in the UFC, but then they can literally like knock
on a run look like he could be on a cross country team.
Yeah.
Then he like is one of the toughest men on planet Earth.
That's so funny to think about.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, I think that a lot when I look at some people. I'm like, I never would picture these people to be in the UFC.
Yeah, dude, there's so many guys. If I could pick one to be in a movie, who am I picking? I mean, Francis Ngannou, heavyweight. Yeah. Wait, what were you saying? I'm confused. I'm trying to think of the guy that you were thinking about. Oh, Arman Sarukian, bro. He has the biggest legs ever. And yeah, that's who I'm picking to be in a movie.
Let me see. Look him up. Or let me see a photo.
Okay. Alexander Pantoja is pretty good. Harry Prohaska just looks like something out of a freaking movie. Like a Viking movie.
Yeah, like a Viking movie.
Arman Sarukian. Wait, I spelled that so bad. Yeah, here we go. Arman. He has just big legs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's funny.
Fucking such a random segment. I was just thinking.
I like it.
Yeah.
I never think about stuff like that.
Now.
You're clever.
Okay. UC 268. Let's just get into this. And then we're going to do a new segment. We're going to pick 3 fights as our locks for this card. So we'll just like run.
We're going to have to do this fast if you're trying to.
Yeah, that's whatever.
You don't care about time? Okay.
Really quickly. So we're starting this. So we already have talked about how, like, Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler are going to be starting off the main card. But to start off the freaking prelims, we have Odi Osbourne versus CJ Vergara. Odi Osbourne, really good. He has absolute knockout power, but he ran into an El Cap. That's fine. I think that's going to be the first fight. But after that, we get a treat. And like I said about Magomed Ankalaev, this dude was like I said about Magomed Ankalaev, what I said, like what would you say if I told you
what would we do?
That he was the best fighter on the card, or light heavyweight?
Yeah.
Same thing has to do here. What if I told you that the best, most exciting fighter on UFC 268 is in the prelims, and his nickname is The Gun, Melsik Baghdasaryan. So when me and my dad were watching this, his first fight against Colin Anglin, The Gun has appeared as a 145-pound legend, and in his post-fight press conference, he's like, I have a lot of guns. And we were like, whoa. Didn't know his nickname was The Gun?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit alarming when you hear, I got a lot of guns.
Oh, that would really freak me out.
I obviously knew what he meant. He's like, I have a lot of weapons.
Yeah, like weapons.
But this dude, you have to tune in if you're watching this.
I remember that part.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
like,
you
I have a
showed
lot
me
of
that. He
guns.
goes like a lot of guns.
And he's his fight against Colin Anglin was his UFC debut. He was he was a Dana White Contender Series alumni. This guy, I think the prelims are going to be on regular ESPN. Just if you're not going to watch or pay for the pay-per-view, please tune in for the early prelims. It might be on ESPN Plus, but either way, watch this guy, because what you're going to see from Melsik is an absolute onslaught from the opening round, from the ding ding to the ding ding each round. And if you make it past, if you make it all 3 rounds, you're probably going to go to the hospital after, because this guy has very ill intentions when he throws his body kicks. He roasted Colin Anglin multiple times, spinning techniques, absolute crisp, pure boxing, and you just don't know where a knockout shot's coming from when he's throwing his barrage at you. And then on top of this, to throw him into the mix is another 145 pound killer. Like I was raving about David Onama, this is guy's another 145 pound killer. What makes him so good is his well-roundedness. He got taken down by Colin Anglin, scrambled right back up to his feet. So the gun is somebody to watch out for, and I feel a little bit sorry for Bruno Souza. I'm sure this guy is an absolute. I'm sure this. Huh?
Go up.
I'm sure this guy's a killer. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like
the tiger
he could
versus
be
the gun.
a superhero.
Who wins that? Poachers.
The gun.
The guns win.
The gun's winning.
The gun's gonna win.
Let's see.
Melsik,
you have
Melsik,
a gun and a tiger. A gun's gonna shoot the tiger. Anyways, and it's dead.
Well, we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
We don't want that. But Bruno Souza, I'm sure that he's going to end up coming out and surprising me. He'll probably end up winning. But my guy to watch out for is Melsik Baghdasaryan, just given the fact that everything he throws at you is meant to put your lights out. Not saying that nobody else does that, but he doesn't really care about who's in front of him. And he's trying to get fast-tracked into the upper echelon of the 145-pound division. Yeah, so Melsik, he's the man. Yeah, I freaking love that guy.
Aww.
I do. Dustin Jacoby had such a good outing. He has absolute concrete in his fist against Darren the Dentist Stewart. Look out for him. John Vellante is going to be retiring after his fight against Chris Barnett, I'm pretty sure. Jordan Williams, looking for him to hopefully get a dub over Ian Gary. But Ian Gary, he's an up-and-comer, undefeated. I want Jordan Williams to have a good showing just because he didn't get to do anything against Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall put it on him early, and Jordan Williams didn't get to
showcase
display
his
any
skills.
of his skills. So, yeah, but apparently Ian Gary is a welterweight phenom. So we'll see here. He's only 23 years old. Yeah, it's gonna be something. Jordan Williams, I think he stopped a criminal from doing something.
That's cool.
Someone was trying to break into his car, actually, I'm pretty sure, and he stopped him.
Probably was like, get away from my car. Boom, boom, boom. Beat him the heck up. You don't wanna steal from a UFC fighter.
That is something that you do not want to do.
Can you imagine?
No. Could you imagine? Because you saw Kevin Holland when there was a guy that stole somebody else's car or something, and then he was just holding this dude in a freaking like scarf hold or some shit, and then the guy's just like on the sidewalk being held by Kevin Holland.
I did not know
like that would hurt so bad. It doesn't look like it hurt, but it's just like this massive man is just grabbing
who's
him.
like a professional fighter, and he just
his grip strength's out of this world. Yeah. Look, I want Jordan Williams to win, but Ian Gary looks like a beast. Edmund Shabazian, he's been thrown to the wolves against Hermanson and Derek Brunson. He does well on the feet, but as soon as somebody tries to take him down,
not so good. But hopefully he's made improvements there. I mean, he's obviously really good on the ground. It's just Derek Brunson is a killer, and so is Jack Hermanson. Then he's fighting Nasruddin Imavov, who Nasruddin, Russian sniper. You owe me a Coke.
He's a stud. He's only 25. These are two young guns coming out. He's coming off a big dub over a freaking tank of a human being in Ian Heinisch. But Phil Hawes versus Chris Curtis, going Phil Hawes all day. Not to overlook Chris Curtis, but I mean, it's Phil Hawes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Ally Quinta versus Bobby King Green. Bobby King Green gave Rafael Fiziev all he could handle. Al Quinta hasn't fought in a hot minute, but this one's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's just gonna be a slugfest the entire time. I cannot wait for this fight. It's going to be a fight of the night contender.
What does slugfest mean? They're just gonna be punching each other a lot.
Oh, 100%.
Slugger.
Andreas Michailidis versus Alex Teixeira. I'm going Andreas Michailidis. Okay, now we get into this juice right now. Main card. Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Chitovera. Sean O'Malley's favorite fighter. Versus Frankie Edgar. This is a big fight for both men, just because Frankie Edgar is back. He's pinned up against the back of a wall. What am I trying to say here? His back is pinned against the wall. Why is this not coming out like the way I want it to? Sounds so much better in my head. He's pinned up against the wall. His back is up against the wall.
That's what I was gonna say. His back is up against the wall. Give me nuts. You got it. You just work through it a little.
His back against the wall. His back's against the wall, guys. And Marlon Chitovera, he's the one pushing him against the wall.
Does that not tickle you?
Cause that's my knee.
That tickles my mom so
thigh.
badly.
My thigh gets me.
No, like if you do it right above your kneecap, that's supposed to tickle like really bad. Loosen your leg up a little bit.
No feeling there.
You want to do that?
No.
Your legs are too stiff or too muscular right there.
I don't think that has to do with that. I'm just not ticklish there. Okay. Frankie Edgar, Marlon. I'm gonna go Cheeto Vera on this one, just because it's Cheeto's time. It's time for him to shine. It's time for him and Sean O'Malley to get back on that collision course, have a rematch, and show Sean O'Malley that he should never mention Piotr Jan's name again. Shouldn't mention anybody in the top 5's name again, because he's not ready for it. He's not ready for it. He's not. That's what I was thinking, is Sean O'Malley, the fact that you even talk about Piotr Jan in a sentence that comes out of your mouth, like in a way that you think you could beat him, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Because nobody's beating him. Can you hear me? you can't even beat TJ Dillashaw. I promise you. You can't beat Jose Aldo. I promise you. So, how do you think you're going to beat one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on planet Earth?
Yeah.
Beats me, dude. Okay. Frankie Edgar, Marlon Vera, going Cheeto. Shane Burgos, Yikers. Shane Burgos has had a tough go. He had a long layover after his loss to Josh Emmett, where he got the crap beat out of him. He was a really good fight, but he took some serious shots. Edson Barboza sent him into the shadow realm a little bit, because remember he was like, Shane Burgos is the toughest guy you'll ever see, and he was just hanging in there. He was landing great shots. He has such good boxing.
Yeah.
But Edson Barboza was too much for him. India, that was the fight where he was like, oh, and then he fell backwards. Remember that?
Yeah. And we were like, how is he doing that?
It was very confusing.
Yeah.
And then Billy Q is just going to put the pressure on you. He's really good at everywhere. He's just a slugger.
Billy Q's going to put the pressure on you.
Billy Q's going to put the pressure on you.
He should have that as his slogan.
This is going to be fantastic. Even though these fights are going to be in between the Gaethje and Chandler fight, because they're going to Gaethje and Chandler obviously going to open up the main juice.
Open up.
But yeah, Billy Q, he's on the rise, man, and he's so tough. Both of these guys are so tough. We're gonna see a 3-round slugfest. I don't think Billy Q can get finished. That's how tough he is. Okay, now, are you gonna take Trevor Whitman's army, or are you gonna do a clean sweep of Trevor Whitman's army, or are you gonna?
Who's Trevor Whitman?
He's the coach of these 3 guys.
Usman,
Yama Yunus, and Justin Gaethje.
I was like, I'm looking for a Trevor Whitman on there.
Okay, we're going to cut this off right here.
Okay.
From fights 11 through 1, give me 3 locks that you think you're going to win. Your locks. This is your parlays right here, guys. Bianca's going to be 21, so she can start doing some betting stuff.
I'm going with, for sure,
Gun.
Melsik.
The gun.
And then I think that Edmund.
You going Edmund? Edmund and Melsik?
No. Nasruddin for sure.
You're going Nasruddin as a lock. Melsik is a lock.
And then I'll do Bobby Green.
That's great. I love that. Those are such good picks.
Really?
I was gonna pick Bobby Green. I was gonna pick this is what I'm gonna do. My locks are gonna be Melsik Baghdasaryan, Dustin Jacoby, and Phil Haas. Take that.
Okay.
baby. You're not gonna make it. Those are just my locks that I think you're gonna win. As an upset of the night, we're gonna save that for the freaking the 3 fights that we're gonna talk about right now. Okay, we're almost done. Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler. This is going to blow the absolute roof off the place, set the tone for the entire day, but in the end, when it's all said and done, I'm gonna go with the man,
the myth, the legend,
Michael Chandler.
I'm
going Iron Michael Chandler because this dude, he
is crazy. He lost his last fight though.
Okay. When he says you might not like me in the beginning, but if I stick around long enough, you're gonna like me. That's kind of the effect he's had on not only me, but I'm sure fans
everyone's liked
worldwide.
him from the beginning.
No, he's a really nice guy, but he just kind of grows on you. It's a lot when he comes out with the American flag and his fight against Dan Hooker.
We were like,
just like, okay, wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot at you at one time, but I'm going Michael Chandler on this one. But Justin Gaethje, all it takes is one humdinger.
Just one.
The only thing that I'm thinking is Michael Chandler pushes the pace, and Justin Gaethje, they just have whoever comes out less scathed, like unscathed, whoever receives less damage in the first round, I feel like is going to have the biggest chance of winning. I don't see anybody I don't see anybody taking a bunch of damage and then coming back and winning the fight.
Yeah.
Because these guys just have the power that will affect you for the entirety of a fight. Because if you get cracked by this guy, you're not gonna be okay for round 2 against Justin Gaethje if you're on the ropes, and then if you get knocked down by Justin Gaethje with 10 seconds left and the round expires and you survive, you're not gonna be okay for the opening. You're not gonna be okay for the opening minutes of round number 2. He's gonna come in and finish you. Same can be said for Michael Chandler. If he lays a paw on you, you're dropping to the floor like he did to Dan Hooker and like he did to
I think I'm actually a Michael Chandler fan. I think I like him more than I know. I don't really know Justin Gaethje very well.
All you have to know is his right hand.
I've seen him fight, I think, one time. But I like Michael Chandler. But doesn't Justin Gaethje have like a pretty big height advantage on this or no?
Justin Gaethje's big. Yeah.
Yeah, because Michael's pretty small.
Yeah, but he's not that much smaller.
But I'm going to go with Michael Chandler also.
Okay. All right. Rose Namajunas for Zhang Weili. As much as I want to see Zhang.
I like Rose.
Rose has the cleanest striking probably out of these 3 people. Yeah. Like out of these 3, she has the best striking.
3. Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's sick.
Yeah. You can see that it's just very apparent that she's way better on the feet than Weili. She's just, everything comes out. Nothing is telegraphed. Everything's hidden. Everything's really fast. Everything's really tight. And it might not be 100% knockout. She's not going to throw a knockout blow every single time, but it just accumulates over time. And then she's going to throw a head kick like she did. Or she's going to throw just an overhand or something. Or a hook. And it's just going to catch you off guard and you're going to be toast. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just so much fun to watch. You're locked in the entire time she's fighting because it's just art moving. She's so much fun to watch.
Look at it.
Yeah. I'm going Rose.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I just don't see.
We have the same one so far.
Yeah.
But I'm curious who you think's going to win for the main event.
What?
Who do you think's going to win for the main event? Well, what were you going to say about Rose? Sorry.
No, yeah, I don't know. Rose is just a stud, dude.
Yeah.
Camaro versus, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the moment we have been waiting for since December 2019 when I was losing my marbles because the only fight that I've seen of Colby Covington prior to that was the Robbie Lawler fight. And the only fight that I've seen prior to Camaro Usman, I really only watched him. His first fight that I watched Camaro Usman was against when he dismantled Tyron Woodley. So I didn't really know what Colby was going to bring to the table. I didn't know what Camaro was going to bring to the table.
And he lost, didn't he?
Yeah, but
yeah. Is this their second or third fight?
This is their second fight.
Yeah.
And I just, to be perfectly honest, I have zero idea who's going to win this fight. If I had to put, if I'm putting money on it, I'm picking Camaro.
Really? Okay.
My heart is telling me that Colby's going to upset the world, but Camaro is just, he's been
a safer choice.
Yeah. Well, just his striking looks so good.
You don't need to look at the time. Like, this is a podcast. They're not supposed to be short.
I know. No, I'm not. It's just a habit. But Camaro versus Colby, this fight, okay, over under. How many takedowns do you think there be? Camaro has never been taken down in his entire career. Colby has only been taken down maybe, I don't know. I think he got taken down by Rafael dos Anjos. But Colby, on paper, is the better wrestler, but Camaro is physically a stronger guy, I think.
Yeah.
But Colby he's got that freak strength and he's got that freak cardio.
I think he's just a psychopath, so that he's just crazy. Like, I don't even think it's that, like, oh, he has all that strength.
Like, he doesn't
and stuff.
look like a 170er.
Is psycho.
He just has a different, like...
I think he likes pain.
Colby?
Yeah.
Well, when you get your jaw... I'm not going to say broken because he doesn't seem to like that. But when when he gets cracked, he came back and was winning. He won the 4th round after getting his jaw after his jaw left the octagon in round 3. At the end of
Why
round 3.
doesn't he like it if you say broken?
Because he says it wasn't broken.
Oh.
Even though he said, I think I broke my jaw.
Yeah, he definitely said that afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, I think I broke my jaw.
Yeah. I'm going with Colby Chaos Covington.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Usman. I need to do Usman. I can't
So your
vote for Colby.
your picks are Chandler,
I'd be a hypocrite.
Rose, and Usman.
Yep.
I'm going Colby, Rose, and Chandler. But here's the deal. One of the main reasons why I want Colby to win is because it's going to shake things up.
Yeah,
I want to see
that.
something different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun fights. Say Colby wins, he's sure as hell not going to fight Hamza Chimaev unless they throw a bag in it. But you know who'd be down is Usman. Usman would be down to test his skills against Hamza. And
Okay,
that's
so
the fight that I want to see really bad.
Yeah, but you're saying you want Colby to win to change things up. But if Colby wins, that fight won't happen with him and Colby. So you should be wanting Usman to win then if you want to see that.
Okay, you're right. No, but I just want to see a new champion.
I get that.
I want to see Hamza. Yeah, I don't know.
Either one, I think it's going to be cool. Like, you can't go wrong, I feel like, you know?
Yeah. But if Colby wins, the downside of that is you might get another Masvidal fight. But a Colby versus Luque would just be so out of this world because you're getting two guys. Colby, okay, yeah, Colby's a really bad matchup because Colby, when he's fighting a striker, I guarantee you, he's not going to be willing to stand with them. He's willing to stand with Camaro just because he knows that Camaro. He just doesn't really believe that Camaro's on a different level striking. He will probably find out soon because Camaro's in absolute beast mode.
Soon enough.
Camaro is more exciting because he's willing to take on challenges because he's willing to stand up with guys that are willing to stand up. But
I feel like Colby's very stagnant in the sense that he doesn't have, like, he won't change up his style for other people.
He's willing to change up his style for Usman, and that's the only guy. But that's
it. Yeah.
He's the other than that, he's gonna approach the same fight he would as he did Robbie Lawler,
and then he'll lose because he won't change.
No, he'll destroy guys.
No, I don't like him. He will always lose in my mind.
Whatever. That's Colby Covington versus Camaro Usman. We've been waiting for 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And this
2021 now.
I've watched this fight upwards of double digits times.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's the most exciting fight ever. One of them. But yeah, I just am so excited. I've been watching every single interview that you could have had with Colby Covington. I've watched.
I know.
And he called our boy John Morgan a flabby ass.
John Morgan.
You know the guy interviewed?
Yeah. Why would he call him that?
He's so mean.
A flabby ass?
Something like that. Like, it's so rude, dude.
For what reason?
The only reason I'm laughing that's not funny is just because he hesitated before he said it. He's like, you flabby.
Because he knew he shouldn't say it. Why did he say that? Like, why doesn't he like John Morgan? Just because he asks him tough questions?
Something. I don't know. Colby is...
Oh my God. That gave me another reason to literally hate him. I hope you know that. John Morgan is so nice.
This is what I want to say. After watching the press conference between Usman and Colby, Camaro gets an absolute kick out of Colby Covington, and I do too.
Idiot.
He's so funny, but Camaro genuinely, I think he low-key likes him. And Colby, when Camaro talks, Colby kind of smirks sometimes. If we had a podcast where both these guys were the hosts, hopefully somewhere down the line, these guys can become friends, because that would be the most entertaining thing ever.
But that's like the Logan Paul, or no, Jake Paul and what's his face fight. Who were his last fight?
Askren and Woodley.
No. Woodley. Yeah. And they had like funny banter with each other when Ariel Dasani was, what's his last name? Hawani Dasani Waters was interviewing him. Do you remember how funny it was?
Yeah.
Because they're kind of like laughing at each other. I don't know.
No, they were, because Jake is just so immature.
Yeah.
It is the similar dynamic.
Yeah, it's like similar because they hate each other, but then they also like think
exactly
it's
the
funny.
same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just one crazy person versus a chill, calm guy. But at the end of the day, Camaro gets a big paycheck just because of what Colby does for everybody. He's so crazy. He finds ways to cut promos for Bang. I mean, when you would least expect it. I just really think a show, if these guys can be friends along the line, you can just tell they like each other low-key.
No. I don't know.
I can... Colby, as much as people want to hate on him...
Nope.
He has...
Hate him.
Yeah. It would just
He's a bad guy.
What would it be called? Chaos and Camaro.
No, it'd be
Camaro
an
and Chaos.
asshole. It would be like a piece of shit with... I'm just kidding. I don't know.
The Camaro Chaos. No, yeah, you could... Dude, you already have it. Camaro and Colby. Like, you already have that.
KNC.
The Usman.
Colby and Camaro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who are you taking in a fight? Camaro, Usman, and Leon Edwards versus... No.
Oh my God.
If you had a street fight and you had... Oh my God, all these guys hate each other. Oh, okay. Here's this. In a ring, if everybody's together, you have Leon Edwards, Sente Luque, Camaro Usman, and Colby Covington, and Jorge Masvidal. All those in it. Did I already say Jorge twice?
No, I don't think you did.
Who was coming out alive?
None of them.
And Hamzat. Hamzat's the best fighter in the planet.
I don't know.
Signing off.
I don't like Masvidal either. I want someone to beat him up too.
Facts. Okay. Signing off, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Watching.
What an episode this was. It was so bad. I'm sorry.
No, you say that every time. You need to have more freaking confidence.
Okay. Bye, guys. Super fun talking about these fights. I love it.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.